Hey guys, I'm Bianca. Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are continuing to stay safe and crafting your stash. Today I'm going to be showing you 10 Dollar Tree DIYs for your bathroom. So for the first two, I have these two Dollar Tree dispensers. Since they're white, I'm going to go ahead and spray paint them a brownish amber color, and the top parts I'm going to spray paint those black. Once they're dry, this is how they look. Now I'm just going to assemble it back together. I found these free labels from Pinterest off of a blog called Love Purpose. They are free, so if you would like to use them, I will link them below. I'm going to use two of them. One of them is going to say hand soap and the other one's going to say hand lotion. All I did was cut them out, and what I'm going to do is apply some Dollar Tree Mod Podge to the dispensers. Spread it out with a sponge brush, apply the label, and you definitely want to Mod Podge the top once this is dry, especially if they're both going to be inside of a bathroom. So this is how they turned out. Very easy and simple just to update your dispensers. For the next one, I have this over-the-door hooks from Dollar Tree. I have been having this thing for probably over a year. I just couldn't figure out exactly how I wanted to use them. And what I'm going to do is remove this top part where you would hang over the door just by twisting back and forth, and it just popped off. I'm using a matte black spray paint to paint just the hook area of this. So once that's dry, I'm going to be using 2 packs of Dollar Tree rulers to kind of make this look a little more expensive than what it really is. So now I'm just going to figure out the size of the rulers by adding them to the top area and kind of marking them off, and then I'll be cutting them down with my scissors. So I would suggest cutting them exactly like this, the way I'm doing it, because the right side of these scissors, the ruler will crack sometimes, so you don't want the left side to crack because that's the part you need. Now that I have the pieces cut, I decided to go ahead and have this part facing up and the flat area facing down so the glue that I use sticks better. I'm using this Gorilla Glue for this project, so that way it stays on really well. First, I'm going to glue down the rulers to the cardboard, and I'm just doing that because it will all be easier in the end to glue everything together. So to use this glue, you have to damp one side of whatever object you're gluing together. So as you can see, I have a wet towel and I rubbed a little bit onto the ruler. Once I finished gluing everything on, I had let it sit like this for about a couple hours so it dries really well with some weight on top. Once it dried, I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess cardboard off. Here is my piece of wood, all cut out. Now what I'm gonna do is basically do the same thing, and I'm going to add some of this glue and damp one side with my washcloth, and then we will set this on top with weight again so it sticks well. Now that it is dry, we gotta figure out a way to hang this up. Now there could be so many different ways to do this, but what I decided to do, obviously to go with what I have, I just took 2 zip ties, and I have one right here, and then I'm gonna add the other one at this end. What I forgot to mention was I did add a little bit of hot glue right there where I'm sticking it in. You can kind of see it peek out. Just so when I was adding the Gorilla Glue, it wouldn't move. So I'm just adding the zip ties to hang it up. You can do this, or you can go ahead and buy hangers that you can buy to hang up signs and use that to do this, just so you don't see nothing sticking out at the top. It's just up to you and your preference on how you want it to look once it's hung up. So of course you can hang this up with nails, but again, using what I have, I'm just using 2 hooks up there. Definitely use nails if you don't want anything sticking out at the top. So I just hung a basket and a tea towel. Since I already have a shelf with hooks in my bathroom, I still decided to make this so I can show you how you can use those hooks. I just hung this up in the hallway to show you how it would look. This next one is actually very simple. I'm using a Dollar Tree Easter basket. What I'm going to do is just remove that tag, remove the top part, which is the handle area. Then I'm going to spray paint this whole thing with my matte black spray paint. I added 2 towels in there, but you could also put this anywhere in your bathroom, even with toilet paper inside. For the next 3, I have these Dollar Tree jars, and I'm going to be using them to add Q-tips, sponges, and bath bombs. After spray painting the lids black, I'm going to be using this super glue, these wooden beads from Dollar Tree as well, and you could totally leave yours just like this, but I wanted to add a few of these at the top just to make it look a little more expensive. So what I did was add a dab of super glue first, and then some hot glue, and then added the bead. The Q-tips, 4-pack of sponges, and these bath bombs are all from Dollar Tree. This next one is actually a lot of fun. I really like this one. I'm taking this wreath charm from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cover up that hole with some Dollar Tree spackle just so I can add something to the top of this. So once the spackle was dry, I decided to use the opposite side instead of the where it says spring, just so I don't have to paint anything. Decided to make a little printout on PicMonkey. I will leave it at the bottom. It's free, of course, so you can print it out if you want. I know you can't see it that well, so if you want to put something else on top of this, print out something different, you totally can. I just wanted it to say fresh hand towels because I'm going to be putting it above the Farmhouse hook where I have a towel. I'm just kind of marking it where I want it to go so it's mostly centered, and then I will cut this out. Now I'm going to Mod Podge it to the top. Now I'm going to add those Dollar Tree beads all around this little sign. First, I add a dab of super glue, and then I add hot glue to the bead and then stick it on. And I do that because I did try to add the hot glue on top of the super glue and it doesn't want to basically come off of the glue gun. So this was the easiest way I could find. So super cute. Now what I'm going to do is Mod Podge the top of this, and just be careful when you do it. Don't do it too much on top of the ink, just because it will smear if you do it too much. The lighting kind of sucks in here. It doesn't really do it justice. It's so pretty. Hopefully y'all can give this one a try. If you do, please let me know. Alright, on to the next one. I am making a little clothespins wooden base. And what I'm going to do first is just cut out a piece of cardboard. And I'm kind of just measuring it to see how big I need it. I don't want really any of the cardboard to show, so I'm cutting off a little bit more, as you can see. Before applying the Dollar Tree clothespins, I'm going to paint the whole thing black so you won't be able to see any of this wording once I do. Now I'm going to start adding the clothespins, leaving a little bit of the cardboard showing so I can glue the two end pieces together. And I believe there was about 36 of these clothespins in one pack for obviously $1. So now I'm just going to add hot glue to the end pieces like I had said, and then we will add that last little clothespin to that part. To give this a bottom piece, I'm going to apply another piece of cardboard and just glue it to the bottom. After adding a little bit of floral foam in there, I am going to add some Dollar Tree onion grass. This one is so cute. I think this one would also be good in a laundry room just because it is clothespins. I think it would be a good idea to put in there as well. Last but not least, I'm making this bathroom rules sign with this free printable from Nightshade on Pinterest. I found this sign plus many others. So if you want to print it out, it'll be linked below. For the border, again, I'm using more Dollar Tree rulers. To apply this to something sturdy, you can use a foam board. I'm using more cardboard. So once that's cut out, I'm going to measure about how big I need the rulers to be, and then I'll mark them off and start to cut off the ends, and of course remove the black area where you would measure. It's just like a sticker, it peels right off. So since I did kind of break off this area, you do need to sand that down a little bit so it's not so jagged. And then what I did was add a little bit of hot glue to the corners and added the printout. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add the border. I'm going to use the same technique and just take a damp cloth and wipe down the ruler, and then I will apply it to the printout. You want to add Mod Podge to this as well. Again, if it's going to be in the bathroom, just remember to be careful because this sign is a little bigger. There's more ink on there and you don't want it to smear. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these really easy DIYs. If you have any questions, leave them for me below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, craft your stash. Please stay safe and stay home, and I will see you in the next video.